me share first. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think pretty much everybody's here. Anyone who's not, especially the ones in the Philippines, probably because of the weather issue here. So they'll just join or not join, listen to the call later since this is recorded. Okay, so we're going to discuss the restructure that we're doing again for the tech team. If you'll remember, last June, we did a restructure on how the team is set up. So we're changing that again. This time, we are doing a hybrid system, which combines the old system, wherein each team member is working with the clients of their team lead. And we're combining that with our new system, wherein techs are specialized on certain roles, right? Mute you folks. All right. Okay, so if you go to our usual text spreadsheet, which is this one, you're going to see there's some changes there that are applied to the hybrid system that we're going to be using. So basically, uh, the first thing that's going to happen is team members are again going to be working with the clients assigned to their team lead. Like, for example, Nathaniel is under Attender's team, and he's going to be assigned to Attender's clients. Same thing with Kevin. He's assigned under Eric's team, so he'll be working with Eric's client, and there will be no cross-client work. So anything that is outside of your team lead's clients, you won't be working on them at all, right? So that's our half of it. That's the old system working into this hybrid system. The way the new system is gonna integrate into this hybrid system is that we're gonna have two specialized roles. We will have a senior tech and a junior tech for each client. And then each of those roles will have their own set of tasks based off of the specializations that we did before. For example, senior techs, they'll be doing the onboarding tasks, the CRO tasks, the competitor like analysis, and creating business profiles. The junior techs, they will be doing the on-site optimization tasks, technical SEO tasks. This is a combination of the technical SEO tasks and the SEO dev tasks that we had before. So those are, page speed optimization, the high, mid, low priority tasks, and the internal and external linking issues. And then they'll also be doing the PR outreach research and link profile analysis. All right. So basically, that is how the setup of the tasks are going to be. If you are a senior tech assigned to a client, you will be doing the items listed in the senior tech tasks. And then junior techs, you have their own stuff, which mostly come out of the SEO checklist. So for these ones, you don't necessarily have to wait for something to come up in Basecamp for you to work on something. The SEO checklist, as much as possible, we want to make sure that those are covered for our clients. They are checked regularly. Most of these things don't come up with issues anyway, so all you need to do is check them, make sure that the SEO checklist in Score Task is updated. All right, so there's that. And if you go scroll down the spreadsheet, you will see the new assignments. Oh, by the way, senior tech and junior techs are also listed up here for each team. Right? And then scrolling down, you'll see the assignments for each of the clients. So for example, MK and Jewelry, Manoj is going to be the senior tech, Avinas is going to be the junior. So just go through the whole spreadsheet, you'll see what your assignments are after this. We're going to be rolling this out today. We're going to start assigning things out to people. We'll try to complete it within 2 days. Hopefully within 2 days, we can have everybody's assignment out. If you find a client that is assigned to you, but you don't have access to it, let us know. We'll give you access. If you go through the clients and you see an assignment that's supposed to be yours, but it's not assigned to you, you can always assign it to yourself. But we are going to ask everybody to reassign tasks to the proper people, you can use this spreadsheet as a reference on who those tasks will be assigned to. All right. So there is the assignment spreadsheet. Pretty simple. Just go through the whole thing. And then for the KPI sheets, so I mentioned we're going to be keeping the point system for the SEO text, but there is going to be a quality aspect to it. So this is the spreadsheet. Oh, not this one. This one. So for example, the senior text. This is their spreadsheet. So this is the list of all the tasks that they will be commonly working on, right? And then if you go scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a section that says quality issues deductions. So what this means is if certain quality issues are found either by the client or by the team lead, DP, or manager, there will be deductions to your score, your accumulated points in your KPI sheet. So if it's a issue found by the client, something that affects the SEO campaign, and it's reported to management, like for example, a bad redirect strategy was created and it was reported to someone in management, like Joel or Jordan, or the senior DPs or the DP managers. So that's going to be something that will deduct 30% of what is needed for an outstanding. So, for example, for the senior techs for a Tinder's team, 150 points is the minimum needed for an outstanding. So 30% of that is 45 points. That means anytime a client finds an issue, 45 points is deducted from the total. So, for example, Krav Maga found a bad redirect strategy and reported it to management. So that's minus 45 points from the total points that this is Nathaniel's spreadsheet. So it's 45 points minus Nathaniel's points. Or if let's say MKM Jewelry found that the robots TXT was blocking the whole site. So that's another 45 points deducted from his total, right? So it's not just going to be one-time thing. Anytime a client finds major issues with the tasks done by the text, it will be deducted from their total points, right? Any other questions regarding that before we move on to the other part? All right. I think I'll take that silence as all good. Now, if a team lead or a DP or a manager finds quality issues with a task that was done, like for example, a redirect issue was QA'd by either of the three, and they found that it's not done very well. There are things that need to be improved on it. 10% of the points needed for an outstanding would be deducted from that task. Or no, not from that task, from the total number of points that have been accumulated. So, for example, for the senior techs under a Tinder's team, that's 15 points deducted from the total. Now, it would be under the discretion of the team lead or the manager if they will do the deduction. Like, for example, if it's a really minor issue that they feel doesn't need to be deducted from the points, they will not do that. But if they feel that there's a huge quality issue with the task that was done, then they have the ability to deduct points from the task based on the quality aspect of the task, right? But expect to be warned that there was this task and there were some issues with the quality of the task, and you will either get training for it or you'll be shown how it's done better. All right, so expect that you will be talked to when a quality issue is found with a task. But depending on the team lead, either they're going to do a deduction or not. Right? If the DP reports it, again, it's going to be depending on the team lead or the manager if they will do a deduction for that specific task. All right. Any other questions on that part? Anyone need to clarify anything?
Seems like you're going to.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rohit, you're trying to say something?
Um, I'm just trying to understand the things. See, being a human, you're not sure that you will be doing 100% correct things all the time. So there are some times that you might make a silly mistake. Obviously, we would try not to do such mistakes, but it might happen. So that might, directly or indirectly going to impact on our KPI.
Right. That's why there's a quality aspect on the KPIs.
So
You need to make sure that you're always
wouldn't it
putting your best
wouldn't
as possible.
wouldn't it be better that we have more detailed workflows so that we can follow it in a proper rigid way so that we don't make any mistakes
Yes,
even.
we are working on those.
That's what I was like. You see, a few 3 or 4 days back only, I worked on the redirect strategy of Wendell, and I was asked to QA. I checked the old site URLs whether they were redirecting correctly to the new or not. But since there was no proper workflow for that, I did not check the new URLs whether they are returning a 200 OK status or not. And it was Sanjeev who actually helped me out by telling me, Rohit, you need to check both the URLs. So that was not intentional mistake, but that was a mistake and a huge mistake, I must say. So I was just into the favor of getting a hardcore proper detailed workflow that could help even the senior or the junior tech to perform any specific task.
Yeah, we'll be doing that, Rohit.
Right. We are
We'll be
working
working
on
on it.
providing
Yeah,
everybody with the training they need.
yeah,
Not just training workflows, but people should be getting training for the team leads if they have anything that they need, to understand better.
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Just
Right.
one more question here. I can see it is mentioned for computer link analysis. Uh, Tech is going to get 2 points. I'm okay with that. But in the row 78, it is mentioned analyzing computers link can be done 3 times per month. Now, if you are doing it 3 times, by default, you would be mentioning it 3 times into your KPI sheet. So how
Yes.
is it like getting only 2 points when you are mentioning a task for 3 times in your KPI sheet?
No, that's for every time you mention it. That's for every 60 competitors. So if you did 180 competitor links, that's 60 points.
Okay, right, I get it. Fine, thank you.
All right. Okay. It's the same.
Um,
What's the other one?
can I
For
say
PR
something?
outreach is the same thing. Yeah. Who's that?
Okay, well, more than a question will be a suggestion. Now that the QA, the quality aspect is going to be considered into the KPI, also I will suggest that it's not only something that can punish you, but as well something that can improve your performance. Let's say that you have a good record of quality in your task that might also will be eligible for give you additional points, let's say.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, that if the quality can punish you and remove points, also should be considered than having a good record and a strong record of quality can also give you additional points and not only take them out from you. Well, it's just a suggestion,
Yeah,
of
uh,
course.
that's a good suggestion. I like that. Uh, yeah, let me bring that up with Rebecca. See if how we can work that into the KPI. See, what would be the best amount of points and when would be the best time to award that to the tech. That's a good one. I like that one. I'm making note of it right now. There is
Okay.
a.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Christian, Chetan this side.
Huh?
Chetan this side. Yeah, I have a question regarding profile creation. For example, if for certain clients we need to create 20 plus profiles in order to fetch 3 points. So, for example, it is not possible for a individual to create 20 profiles in a day. So, if I created 10 profiles twice per month, so I will be entering the details of means I'll be entering the in the KPI sheet for the second time when I complete the 20 profiles, right? Because
Yeah,
for example, yeah.
yeah. What we're gonna do for business profiles, we're probably going to start using the client dossier to record all of the uh, profiles that got created for the client, and then additionally also the what do you call this? The link building management tool in ScoreTask can also attest to that. You created this many profiles for this month. So I'm not sure if
Okay.
you can do that. I think you can link the filtered view in the link building management tool. That should show that you created 20 profiles for this month.
Or at least means I can report those 20 profiles on the Basecamp thread. Generally, I am doing that
Yeah,
way
you can do
also.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So in short, after creating 20 profiles for a month, we should enter all the details once we have done all the 20, rather than doing it 5 that way.
Yeah, you can do it. Well, you can do it whatever is the best for you. As long as you can show that you did create 20 profiles for the month, that's enough. That's good enough for everyone to judge that you did do the task correctly,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody good on that part? Let me see. I believe for the juniors, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is, most of your tasks are going to be coming, like I said, from the SEO checklist. So you don't necessarily need a Basecamp task to do them. But when you update your KPI sheet, make sure that you link the correct task in from Score Task. That way, your team lead would be able to open it and see that you did work on a task, and you checked it, completed it, or if a Basecamp task was created for it, you can show that it was linked to a Basecamp task. Now, the way we're going to fill out, or the way you guys are going to fill out the spreadsheet is going to be a little different from before. So let me go to the new spreadsheet. So this time, there's just going to be one task name. And then when you pick that task name, it's going to give the points automatically. Like, for example, Junior Tech worked on image of attributes. So that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to pick a status anymore. Anytime you worked on a task, it's going to be given a certain number of points. The level of priority of a task is going to have equivalent points. Like, for example, uh, duplicate content is a high priority item. We don't want duplicate content on our client site. So when you work on that, that's worth 3 points. Compared to, let's say, paginations, which isn't that high a priority item. If you work on that, that's only 1 point, right? So if you go through all of the items in your task list, you're going to see that each of the items vary in points depending on how high priority that item is, right? So that's all you have to do now to fill out your tasks. And then same as before, put in the date, put in the client, a link to the task, and then notes if you have any special notes on it. Now, for the deductions, uh, if let's say you worked on a task, let's say you work on paginations, and then your team lead found issues with it, uh, they can change this to the ones at the bottom, which is either client found the issue or uh, someone in CT found the issue, right? So let's say the client found an issue with the paginations, they can change it to client find issues, and it's going to show here that there's a deduction to the total points. All right. So let's say where's that, and then you worked on for issues, then page load speed, then let's say DP found issues. So that's how it's going to be. At the end of the month, all of this is going to be totaled, and then deductions will be removed, and that will be what your final objective KPI is. Now, if you go to the bottom of the task list, you're going to see the KPI scales there. So this time we have reduced the KPI scales a lot, and we have them matching with pretty much whatever your role is. The only ones to have different KPI scales are the senior techs from Sanjeev's team. They have less clients compared to the seniors from Tinder and Eric's team. So their KPI scale is slightly lower. So that's the only time, or the only ones who have different KPI scales from the roles. But all of the juniors, they all have the same KPI scales. So as you can see, to get an outstanding, you need 200 points. Between 150 and 199 is great. Between 100 and 149 is good. Between 50 and 99 needs improvement. Anything below is 50 needs immediate improvement. Like I said, most of your junior tasks are from the SEO checklist. Most of them you just need to check because not a lot of them would generate any issues. So taking into consideration how many tasks can be done in a month, hopefully everyone will be getting outstandings or close to outstandings as much as possible every month. All right.
Question.
So that, yeah, who's that?
Yeah, since the new hybrid process was rolled out like almost in the middle of the month, would it be possible that we aim for half of the KPI scale that we need? I mean, we cannot certainly like we already earned points like from the past process, right? But since this one is rolled out in the middle of the month almost, then wouldn't it be fair that we aim for the like 50% or 52% of the KPI scale that we have?
That's a good point. Yeah, I'll talk to the team leads how we're gonna check for which scale to use at the end of this month for August. We're also going to be considering the points that got gathered from the August. So, for example, if you already have stuff in here, we're also going to be including that into the total. I'll talk to the team leads what would be the best percentage of this scale we're going to use. All right, but yeah, we're not gonna go all the way to the 200 points since we started working on this halfway through the month. So we're not gonna go through the whole scale for now, but I'm gonna talk to the team leads what would be the best percentage to use for the KPI for August. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. Any other questions on how to fill out the spreadsheet?
Hi, Brian here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick question. I tried to fill out a PR outreach KPI entry. There are two choices. One says 70% submitted, and one is less than 70% submitted. What is the 70% of? Is it like 10 links, 100 links?
Oh yeah. Kanika will have to discuss that with you guys. Sorry, I completely forgot about that part. Yeah, this one was rolled out last week. Is that correct, Kanika? Or last week? when we started
Yeah,
doing this?
this one actually rolled out for the month of August. So we decided like if you submit like 100 website, I guess I had a meeting with on-site team for that basically, who are holding those PR outreach research. So basically, it was like if you are providing 100 links to the outreach spreadsheet, and link builders come up with like 70% of the site that you submitted are approved, then you would be getting your complete point. I guess it is 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would be getting 3 point, and if you are not, I mean, suppose out of those 100, if 70% of the website are not approved, or less than 70% of the websites are approved, then you would be getting 1 point. So doing that task basically is 1 point, and reaching the quality level of like 70% approved website from the link builders would be 3 points.
Okay. Follow-up question to that, Kanika or Christian. So let's say for this particular task, I submitted, just for the sake of easing the computation, I submitted 10 links to let's say Jenilyn or Andrea. Do I wait for them to come back to me and say, Brian, I approve 7 out of the 10 links, or Brian, I approve 3 out of the 10 links, and then and that's the time I go back to my KPI tracker and then either tag PR outreach 70 plus or PR outreach less than 70 plus, 70% approved. What do I mean, do I wait for them to check it?
In that case, I guess you need to fill the your KPI sheet with like you have done with the task. So it should be like submitted site for link builders to review for this time. I mean, keep that for 70%, less than 70% for this time. Once they complete the task, we will you can go back and again like redo this.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well, because
you can put a task link and then just put a note that,
Yeah.
you're going to update it afterwards. And then if you're not able to update it later, when your team lead goes into the KPI checking, they can always open the task and uh, see what the correct points would be.
okay, all right.
Right?
Because just wanted to let you know at this point in time there are only 2 options under the
Right.
task
Yeah.
link for that one. So it's either 70% or less than 70%.
Right.
So to clarify, we just initially fill it out with less than 70%, and then wait for Jenilyn or the other link builders to come back to us either through Basecamp or through GChat um, to find out how much was approved.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
All right. All right. Let me see. I think that pretty much covers everything. Yeah, I've already had a call with the techs regarding their side of this. So they're gonna be, since they're doing a lot of QA stuff, they're gonna be pushing a lot more of their production work to you guys. What they're gonna be mainly working on is, if you read the document I made for this, they'll be overseeing the campaign. Making sure tasks are up to date, and that they're following up on whoever's working on those tasks to make sure the tasks are worked on. Also, they're going to be doing a lot of QA for the tasks. So I'm going to ask you here right now, if you create a task, always loop in the team lead with the task. That way they know that there's a task created for that. Also, if a task was worked on and was assigned to you to QA, reassign it to your team lead to do another QA, do a secondary QA from them before the DPs close them out. All right. That way, if anything happens, they can find it before the clients find it. That's one of the most important things we want to make sure a client doesn't find any issues with regards to the work that we do. First of all, it's gonna be looking bad for us, and it's gonna hit your KPIs real bad. So make sure that you send it to your TL. That way they can check it and approve it before it gets sent out to the DPs, and the DPs close it. All right. So keep that in mind. Always make sure your team leads are looped into the tasks that you work on. Hold on. Got a chat from the Tinder. Let me just check what that is. Oh, nothing. All right.
Sorry,
Anything
question.
else? Uh-huh. What's that?
It's me, Danny. Sorry.
All right.
I
Yeah.
have something to discuss here about the KPI sheet. We do have a drop down over there to select what we are doing, and there is one thing I guess missing. We need that because sometimes it's not necessary that we get all the time all the tasks that are listed over there. Sometimes we get miscellaneous tasks which will just come out nowhere. Just like
Right.
I've got today one for EVC that's a technologies business, and another one I got last month that was for videos for Ramos law firm. So sometimes these miscellaneous tasks like take too much time, like 6 hours, 8 hours, and sometimes these take 1 hour. So I think it's just a suggestion to adding that option in our drop down menu. I mean drop down list of tasks. So if we are doing some miscellaneous tasks, we will just select that one. So at the end of the month, our team can see that task and can analyze how many points that task deserve, and they will allocate the points for us on that one.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me make a note of that. Then I'll talk to the team leads about that. Okay. Task can vary in amount of work needed. So to the team leads on how to grade them. All right. Yeah, that's a good point. Because I'm not really, I honestly, I'm not sure how to provide points for miscellaneous tasks because I know everybody gets various miscellaneous tasks every time. And yeah, they can either be a real quick task or can be a very time consuming one. So we'll take that into consideration. I'll talk to the team leads on what would be the best approach for that. And we'll let you guys know how that turns out. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Anything else? All right. Well, looks like everyone's good for now. If any questions, suggestions, comments, concerns come up, you can always email us, chat us. That way we'll know about it, and then we'll try to figure out the best way to approach that. And let me see. We'll roll this out starting today. We're gonna start reassigning things to people. Uh, if you want to take over some tasks on your own, if the client is already assigned to you and you want to take over somebody's task, that's fine. You can do that. That would be appreciated. It would help everyone with the transition to this. And then I'm also going to be sending out a final email regarding this restructure, which is going to loop in the DPs. That way they know that we're restructuring again, and then they should expect uh, changes on who are going to be assigned to clients. And then also for the new clients, we'll coordinate with the team leads and team members who have been working on those new clients. That way they get transitioned over to whoever's going to be taking over the initial tasks for that client. All right. And then also, since we still have the old KPI sheet for August, if you have any lingering tasks that you need to put into there, you can still do that. We're still going to count the points from that spreadsheet at the end of this month. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. If we're all good, I'll let you guys go into lunch. Whoever is not present here, we'll let them see the. We'll link them the call, the recorded call later on, so that they can hear what we discussed. And again, if you have anything that you want to share regarding this change, email us, chat us, let us know. All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Prashant.
All right. All right. Kanika, don't forget to stop the recording or we lose this thing. Right.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Talk to you again, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.